So yes, Jimmy Garner has been linked up with a move to Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, and also Man United. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, to be honest with a player like James Garner, obviously he's been immaculate this season, especially the goal against Brighton. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brighton. But the question asked is who would be his ideal replacement?
Hmm.
Because James Garner in our squad is a player that we need. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he's basically he's a big part in bolstering that midfield up. Obviously, because you've got the likes of Grealish, who's obviously on the left, and you've got Ndai on the right, and then you've got Juice Hall. But when you have Garner linked up with Teresa Garner Gay, then he's a player that's needed for us. So, but if it goes off to United or the clubs that he's linked to, I'm thinking who will be the exact replacement for James Garner.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I potentially think that if we don't sign a new deal, it's going to be a massive blow for David Moyes because we already are short. But again, if he does go, then one midfielder do we bring in? Do we bring in Scott McTominay, who's been linked up with Everton today and yesterday? Or would that be a risk because he is getting gone now? So it's one of those. But yeah, but he's very key and important, don't you think, on that?
Yeah. Scott McTominay, yeah, he's absolutely fantastic player. He was at United. He was amazing.
Yeah.
Went to Napoli and he's just become even better. But the form that McTominay has been, not trying to slander our club or not, because I'm not the type of person to slander my own fucking club.
Yeah.
But Scott McTominay would look to us and think, oh yeah, we've got Grealish, we've got Iliman and Ndai, but there's more preferred destinations than Everton for Scott McTominay. Like, if you come to think about it, all of us Evertonians, we didn't really think that Jack Grealish would be that player to come to us, because obviously he fell out of favour with Manchester City because Pep had other people in his plan. So if we come to sorts where Jack Grealish was an unexpected signing, then we could potentially bring Scott McTominay into the mix, because if we do, but if we do, then Schneiderlin would be a good option. Not Schneiderlin, Scott McTominay.
Yeah, totally agree. What are your thoughts on Jimmy Garner altogether at Everton so far this season, last season, and since he came in from United?
Say again.
What are your thoughts on Jimmy Garner from the first day he walked in under Frank Lampard to now? How much do you think he's improved?
He's improved a lot, because when he first came in, he was fresh out of the Championship player final. Obviously, he was at he was with Forest and helped them massively within getting Forest back to the Premier League. But when came in his first season, he was absolutely fine. He was a touch and go at first, but when he got into the squad and when he got used to what Everton was all about, then he started pushing himself a little bit. He was a massive, how can I put it? He was a massive part of when we stayed up. So looking forward to now, James Garner, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's somebody who Everton need mentality-wise, but also he's got goals in him as well, as we've seen under David Moyes, and under the previous regime and the previous manager and so on, and that. But I personally think if he doesn't sign this deal, it's going to be a massive, massive turn down for Everton. But I've read today that he wants bigger wages and that. Would you personally give Jimmy Garner more wages, more money because that's what he wants?
Yeah. If we do potentially obviously keep Garner because he's come off the back of he's had a couple of injuries. But if United come in with like a lot of money,
Yeah,
to his content, then he could go, because if it becomes thing about it, it's like if you look forward at the Trent situation, Real Madrid put like a lot of money on the table for him.
yeah,
Obviously he went, but United is a massive club for James Garner. If he goes back to United, then obviously he might struggle to get into the squad because you've got the likes of Benjamin Sesko, stuff and players like that. So, but I think James Garner's put himself forward into the squad, then he's gonna have a massive chance of staying.
yeah. Totally agree. As well. I think what David Moyes and the Friedkins need to do then, if he wants bigger wages, then he has to earn it. Like, to me, he's earned it. For me, I think the Friedkins need to get the pen to the figure before January, sit down with him and his agent and be like, whatever much you want, then you've got to prove to us. Then after that, if he can score goals, put decent tackles in what he does. Because don't forget, he's done very good for filling in for Jake O'Brien at right back.
Yeah.
He's done fantastic there. But also, the mentality wise is spot on with Jimmy Garner. But it's a hard one because teams are going to be coming in for him, as we know. He wants to play in Europe, I believe. But Everton can't promise him Europe until at least after Christmas, when we've got a striker in as well. But if we could get a striker in, then it's happy days. But I think between now and then, it's a hard one. But if United, Villa, Forest, Newcastle, who want to sign, if they come in with big money for him, then I would sell him, but only if we can get a decent amount of money, up to around about 40 to about 30 million. Then I'll let him go. But any lower than that, then I say no, because we do need them desperately. Because already we're struggling at times in areas. Because Idrissa Gana is not getting any younger. Timothy Booman is just absolutely woeful. And poor Charlie Alcaraz doesn't even get a start, or Tyler Diblin either.
Yeah, that was the problem. We had Dewsbury Hall. He was good against Fulham, but looking back to the games before Fulham, Kieran Dewsbury Hall just wasn't put in a good shape. But against Palace, when we went 1-0 down, obviously we struggled quite a lot. Like Barry, Beto, the strikers that you think that would put the ball in the back of net. But obviously it's a new league for Tino Barry, and a lot of players who come in from teams and leagues abroad, they're not in fully into what the league's about and what it offers and the project and stuff like that. But as soon as Tino Barry put his shooting boots on and start adapting to more of what Moyes is all about, then I reckon he'll start getting on the score sheet a bit more. Better as well. I don't know what's going on with Better, because last season obviously he wasn't in his best form, and then he got on and on and on and on, and then this season he's been obviously going forward up goal. He knows he can score goals, and he can score goals, but but it's just one of them massive moments where you've got to, when you see a goal ahead of you, your first instinct, put the ball at the back and net, put a little dink in, send the top corner, chip it over the keeper. It might be hard to chip a keeper, but With a player like with Beto, he knows exactly how to put a ball in the back of the net. If you come to think about it, when he was at Udinese, he was probably one of the best strikers in that league. But I'm thinking, this Dwight McNeil, me and all my mates were saying, sell, bench, or start him, but I was tipped towards selling McNeil because he's absolutely been woeful.
Yeah.
And to be honest, though, I'm not going to be wrong about anything, but Grealish should just start all season.
I agree with you. A tough question now, but do you think Jimmy Garner signs for Newcastle, or do you think he stays? Because he's favourite to go to Newcastle, or do you think David Moyes will want to keep him?
It depends on the salary and how much he goes for, because if Newcastle are going to slap a good price on him and slap good wages on the table for James Garner, then he'll go. But yeah, again, though, he's dedicated himself fully to the club, hasn't he? So it's like a 50-50, debate, and it's a bit one-side biased, sort of. So if Newcastle put a good bid in him, like 30-40 million, get him good wages and that, then he'll go. But yeah, again, James Garner is needed because we probably will not have anyone in that squad who will replace him and fill him in and be a new partner to Idrissa Gana Gueye. So, but with Idrissa Gana Gueye, okay, he's a good technical box-to-box player, but when it comes to his shooting, I've seen it a couple of times during Everton games where the ball would fall to him outside the box, and he doesn't take a touch or nothing. He'll take a touch and it's over the bar. So it's just one of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. But it's going to be very interesting between now and January to whether we sign him a new contract.
Yeah.